It's like talking to the old drug addict, like, yeah, whatever, man. Seriously. And I know it's a tough pill to swallow, and people don't like to talk about it, but this is truth be told. Mm-hmm. And these are feelings that I have regularly. I can tell people don't value me as much as they used to, and it has nothing to do with my character.
No. It probably has more to do with the fact that you haven't valued yourself enough to be selfish enough to prioritize you over them.
Go ahead, Will.
So, how do you go about being selfish without being borderline rude? Like I said, people still come to your advice. What do you do?
Yeah,
just say people, basically.
That's a big problem, that people associate selfishness with being rude, with being whatever
negative, yeah,
with negative connotations, and that has nothing to do with negativity. It has everything to do with being positive about yourself and pushing yourself. He's talking about all this advice that he gave to all of these people who aren't listening to him anymore. But you know what? A lot of those people have become successful.
Absolutely.
Due to the advice that he gave them. All he has to do is look in the mirror and give that same advice
and that's
to
the
himself.
Thing. And that's the thing, because I feel like right now, what I'm doing now is, and like I said, I don't have all the answers, but I can tell you the steps I'm taking now. Mm-hmm. You have to separate yourself. Mm-hmm. And you have to get to a point to where you say, regardless of what anybody says, regardless of what I got going on, I have to get this done. And you fellas know how motivated I am just with this show. I feel like these are the steps I have to take. If I have to sit in my house for extended periods of time and work on music, work on shows, work on networking, work on marketing, I have to be able to take that time. You know what I mean? Versus in the past, I would spread myself around. And I would give all of myself and it would be nothing for me. So now, it's more planning. It's more budgeting my time better. Like, okay, I know I need to get this done by this date. I need to do this. Yeah, I might not be able to go hang out and go see this person and go check on them. I have to do this for me. And so, for me, those are the steps I'm taking. I'm making more time for Scott to dedicate to my craft, to the things that I potentially can see myself doing. Because there's about 10 different industries I could go in and be extremely successful. But the key is focusing and giving enough effort to one to where it can catapult you to where you need to be at to put you in a better position to get what you want.
So, I guess again the question is, you said focusing more on yourself. What are you prepared to sacrifice?
Personal time with other people, because like I said, a lot of things that I've given up have been my time, my money, material things. I'm always willing to give it to everybody else, and then at the end of the day, I'm left without. So now I'm keeping more of it for myself. Instead of me going over this person's house and counseling them and helping them through their issues, I'm staying at home and I'm working on my issues. I'm working on applying for these jobs. I'm working on editing these shows that much better. I'm working on pushing these shows to people. I'm working on new music. I'm singing again. All these things, I'm playing my bass more. Versus me, hey, let me go check on my boy. Hey, let me go kick it with my cousin. Hey, let me go see if my brothers are. Let me go make sure they got groceries in their house. Stuff like that. That's always been me. I'm a giver. I give you the shirt off my back. But that has hurt me in a lot of ways. Because I give, and then when I'm out, it's just me. Sitting in a room, hungry and tired.
Yeah. That reminds me of what you were talking about, Scott, about, is it your cousin, the keyboardist?
Uh-huh.
Where you were saying how when y'all were growing up, he never hung out, in the neighborhood. Everybody else was out playing in the street, and he was inside playing his keyboards. And it's paid off for him.
Man, check him out, Daniel Moore, IamDanielMoore.com. My cousin is everywhere. He's on BET, he was on the Monique Show, he's on tour with Neo right now, he's played for Jennifer Hudson, he produced for Jagged Edge. And when we all grew up together, When we were younger, we would play. Me and Danny would do karate for maybe about 20 or 30 minutes. And then we would stay outside and play the entire day. Danny would go get on that keyboard. And I would say at age 13, 14, he was directing a church choir. He was the choir director as a teenager. And then he went from there and he moved to DC. He went to a music school. He went to Duke Ellington, school for the arts. And he went from there. He graduated from there with honors. He came to Atlanta with about $10 in his pocket. And he started doing events and gigs and started to build up his reputation. And even now, my cousin has been in the music game. Danny is maybe about 2 years older than me. I'm almost 30, so he's about 30, 31. He's been doing that since we've been kids. He's been playing the keyboard specifically. This is a comparison. I've switched about 4 instruments. I played trumpet, I played drums, I'm playing bass now. For the production for the show, I play keyboard. He has just played keyboard the entire time. He's never gotten away from it. He's never faltered. He's never done anything else. He has a lot of other talents, but he has focused specifically on mastering the keyboard. And now he travels the world doing it, and it's paid off for him. And again, shout out to my cousin. He's worked for everything he's got. He hasn't been given anything. I would never discredit him. He's worked for everything he's got, but it's paid off. And it's like, when you look at people like that and you compare yourself, it's like, where did I miss the mark? But he's had time. Even when I moved down here, I came down here and went to college. He had been here for about 2 years. It'd be times where he would separate himself. I couldn't get in contact with him because he'd be in the studio, because he'd be rehearsing, because he'd be practicing.
Does he have as many Facebook friends as you do?
Oh my God, yes. he can probably quadruple my Facebook friends, slice them in half, and still have more than me. He's very popular because his whole approach is completely pre-thought out.
Right.
He knows how to position himself to where people can't deny it.
Right.
Even if there's another keyboard player you like better than my cousin, he has attributes about him that will make you like him more than you like your favorite keyboardist. Because he's musically sound, he's technically sound, he knows notes, he composes, he writes, he positions himself in a business sense to where you can't deny him. Even if you might like somebody more, you might have a favorite keyboard player, he'll outplay him, he'll outthink them. He'll take their song, rearrange it, make it better. And not even in a cocky way. Just in a sense where you're like, wow, that is better. My cousin has so overthought his career that he doesn't leave any room for error. In a lot of ways, because he has a lot of musician friends that I've met and that I've even worked with that are still doing the same clubs and doing the same thing here in Atlanta. And they were kind of upset because they're like, how did he blow up? But it's because he continually works on his craft. He's continually thinking about his marketing. He's continually thinking about his product. And it's paid off. And my little brother is right behind him. My little brother's a drummer. And from the time he's moved here to now, his career has evolved. And it's like, I'm so proud of them cats. I get so irritated when people are like, are you jealous? Like, these are my family members, man. These are people that I want to be successful. If anything, they're pushing me to get to where I need to be. Because I know I should be right there next to them. But it's never, you'd be surprised, man. People here are catty. I've got that question so many. Are you jealous of your brother? Are you jealous of your cousin? And I'm like, are you nuts?
That was about to be my question. I mean, no offense to the person. Offense to people who asked that. Who's dumb enough to?
Wolf, you'd be surprised.
Because people are negative in a very unconscious way. A lot of people are very negative, and that's the first response. Rather than thinking, wow, does that make you work harder?
Yeah.
Or the first thing they think of, do you resent them?
Right.
Because that's what a lot of people do.
And
when they see someone else do well, there's the crabs in the barrel, man.
And we're in Atlanta, man. These people are nuts, man. I can't tell you how many people have asked me that. Like, I'll be at an event with them. And when my family performs, I'm always there to support. I set up their equipment, I break it down. I'm the ultimate roadie. I'm going to do whatever I can to support you. But people will come up to me like, hey, man, shouldn't you be up there? Doesn't that bother you? And I'm like, and I give them that look like, are you serious? There's no level of proud I can describe. Like, it almost makes me tear up, especially with my little brother. You know what I mean? Because he came down here, he moved in with me, and he experienced the bottom. And he has worked his way up to a very, very formidable musician to where he, like I said, my cousin is national. My brother is 2 steps behind. They are both excelling in their careers. Great. And I don't understand how anybody wouldn't be proud of that. There is no jealousy because I don't do what they do. You know what I mean? I've never professed to be a keyboard player. I've never professed to be a drummer. I play drums, but it's never been my number one. It's been, you know what I mean? Because people say that too. But you were the drummer first. I never took it as seriously as my little brother. Josh takes it so much more serious than I do. And he's been rewarded for it.
Right.
Drums for me is a tool. I can do it and I use it where I need it. for him, that's his lifestyle. That's his career. And if nothing else, I respect that, man. So shout out to my brother, he is jbake.com, and my cousin, I am Daniel Moore. And like I said, these aren't the only two cats, but specifically, I'm just using them as an example right now. I have a lot of friends and a lot of family that are very, very successful. And that's motivation for me, man. But the hardest part of getting over this hump is the people around you sometimes.
Yeah.
The people around you, man, they unmotivate me so much, they frustrate me. Because of some of the things they say, and these are people that have known me as long as I've known myself.
Besides the ridiculous comment, what else did they tell you?
Oh, man. Well, you know, then I've gotten the guilt comments like, they try to make me feel bad. You should be doing more. You should be doing this.
How do they know what you're doing?
Exactly. They don't.
And sometimes it isn't. More isn't necessarily what does it. Putting yourself being in the right situation, getting the opportunity, is a lot of times has nothing to do with what you're doing. You know, all you got to do is wait for it. That door will open, and when that door opens, it'll only open a crack. You got to kick it the rest of the way. So, and a lot of times it isn't necessarily that you're not doing enough. You might be doing plenty.
Yep.
I mean, before he started playing with, is it Neil that he's touring with now? You're gonna tell me that his cousin didn't play keyboards? He didn't practice?
Exactly.
He didn't work hard at it? Of course not. Of course he did. But the opportunity presented itself. He'd already done the work. Opportunity meets preparation.
Absolutely.
Like you were telling me, when you were playing the guitar, what it does to your hands. You know, does that mean you're not working just because you're not making billions somewhere? You're still working. Yeah.
But that go back to the original point. People judge you now more than anything off of your level of success. And in short form, if you're not making money, you're not doing shit.
Right. How much money you're making now?
If you're
not even
making
success,
money,
you could be successful,
yeah,
and not be making a dime. But and you could be happy in your life, but that's the whole thing. And part of being your best friend is realizing what is your success.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking before about celebrity, and I said I have no interest whatsoever in being a celebrity.
Same here.
I want the bank account. I want Denzel Washington's bank account.
Oh man.
I don't want what he gets when he goes to the supermarket or tries to go to the supermarket, if he even has the opportunity to go to the supermarket. You know, how could he do it? You know, so I mean, I don't want that. You know, what I want is I'd love the monetary success, but unfortunately these days that's what everybody uses as their criteria.
And where's the character going? Where people judge of character? Where's the support going? Where's the support going, man?
Yeah, it's very difficult, and I just like I tell people who are kind of, and there were a few people at work that I spoke to, and they're kind of in the doldrums and in the depression, and they've kind of given up on themselves, on their lives, on moving on. And you know how I love quotes. I love quotations. And so I pulled out one of my favorite ones. I don't know if anyone out there has ever heard of Les Brown, the motivational speaker. He's one of my favorites.
Right.
And one of the ones I got from him was that the richest place on earth is the graveyard. And that's where many dreams have died, along with the people who could have perhaps contributed their genius to mankind. A lot of dreams just die away because people don't follow through on them. A lot of ideas that have never been implemented. Steve Jobs isn't the only innovator. Bill Gates isn't the only innovator. I've written a song. I've written songs.
Right.
That doesn't mean that my songs are any better or any worse than anybody else's. It's just, Stevie Wonder's had his songs, on radio stations all over the world. That doesn't mean that my song's any worse than his. It just means that his has got more exposure than mine. That's how I see it. And That's all it is, really. You have to measure your success, and you have to figure out what is enough for you. How far do you want to go? Do you want to tour the world?
Right.